The Last Wish by this author's last name I'm not going to try and pronounce. The first book chronologically in the Witcher series. I'm jumping into this because Geralt is going to be in my character tournament as requested by you guys, and I wanted to have a decent understanding of his character, so I've started burning through his books. The Last Wish I went into with medium expectations. I didn't know much. I played one of the Witcher games a long time ago and really knew almost nothing besides that it's a Nordic-based fantasy series. I'm really happy I knew so little, so I'm going to keep this review incredibly vague because I want as many of you as possible to share in the experience I just had. Because The Last Wish is hands down the best book I have picked up since arguably Stormlight, and maybe even better. It's wonderful. It blends classic and modern fantasy so seamlessly and handles the tropes of both so eloquently, and manages to captivate the reader with a more classic fantasy protagonist who has some companions that envelop more of the modern fantasy character building ideas, but the relationships built there are believable, and it makes Geralt himself feel much more tangible and like a real person than most classic fantasy characters ever could be, just because he has those relationships now that are definitely lent more from the modern fantasy type of writing. It's a beautiful blend that I'm so floored by how much this book blew my expectations out of the water. This is just one book into a mini book series, and I'm already thoroughly in love with it. I could see this easily breaking my top 5 if they consistently stay as good as The Last Wish. This might be my shortest review of all time because I really want to keep it vague here, because I really feel like the less you know going in, not that there's many mysteries or surprises, but just having a fresh lens will make the best experience of this book possible. When it comes to characterization, Geralt manages to be that very kind of stoic, classic character, but in a much more deep way. There's a lot more pain and a really interesting understanding angle to him that really brings that character into the modern genre while really staying true to the roots. And his companions, especially Dandelion, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, help elevate him as a character. Because really this book so far just 100% revolves around Geralt. The story format of going back into his past while exploring the present a little bit is gracefully executed. There is a whole lot of sexualization, but none of it is ever portrayed in a demeaning way. It's just, hey, adults want to bang, so here's adults banging. There's no weird power dynamics or condescension for anyone for wanting to have sex, which I really enjoy and is refreshing. You really don't need to have the medieval idea of sex being something bad in your medieval setting. It's fantasy. And this series really executes something that for a long time I've been preaching, so major props there. I am just thrilled. I have that excitement in me when I'm starting a fantasy series I know is going to be wonderful, and I'm thrilled to continue this journey and get to know the character better, assuming all of it stays as good as I think it will. And with how thoroughly solid every aspect of this book was, I can't see it going downhill, really. The world building is astounding. The magic system is softer, but in a not annoying way at all. Characters, as I said, wonderful to magnificent. Execution by the author is just really what I want to give a crowning achievement here too. I don't know anything about this guy, but man, is he brilliant, and it reflects on why the games probably work so well. This book is so good, I want to just go on the record and go back to my old number system and say The Last Wish, for me, is definitively a 10 out of 10. Just because it takes an idea of blending two eras of the fantasy genre and just does it. You never feel any hesitation from the author. He just knew what he wanted to do, and he did it 100%. With wonderful execution from beginning to end. I'm thrilled, I'm excited, and it's going to be an awesome journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like and subscribe if you're not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to support the channel and what I do here overall. The tournament will start up again tomorrow, so I really look forward to that. It's going to be a good fight. I look forward to talking to you guys then. Have a good night. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I'll see you tomorrow.